everybody, welcome back to Soda Reap Blooms. Today we are going to be potting some pepper plants. We have one red bell pepper plant, we have one habanero plant, I have another one outside, so we have two habanero plants, and one Coolapeno plant pepper. It's supposed to be like a not hot jalapeno pepper. So let's get these potted. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be using our regular soil mix that I usually use. We're going to be using this Brute cow compost, our cocoa coir bricks, some perlite, earthworm castings, and then when we get our pepper plant into the pot or container, we're going to be using some bone meal. So let's get this all mixed up. We've already got our cocoa coir in this big container. Now we're going to mix in our perlite, which is going to help with draining. Then we're going to mix in our earthworm castings. Then we'll add our cow compost. This cow compost did my cucumbers really well, and they're growing super strong. So I like this stuff. I add more as I pot more peppers. We'll just do this top layer for right now, and then we'll keep making it as we go. All right, so let's pot some peppers. For these peppers, I'm going to use my 5-gallon buckets because they work best. Some of them already came with drainage holes. Some of them, like this Home Depot one, I had to create drainage holes. So these will be perfect for our little peppers. If I can get this off. Let's start with a red bell pepper. Oh, update on my tomato plants. I gave one of my beefsteak tomato plants away to a family friend, which happens to be my old middle school math teacher. So shout out to that tomato plant and shout out to my old math teacher. I know he's going to take care of it. So I'm happy that my tomato plants are able to go to people who, you know, want them and will take care of them. I have a few more tomato plants to give away. Hopefully in the next coming days, honestly, I can find people to give them to because they're starting to fruit. And I started them from seed only a month and a half ago. So it's really cool to see something that you started from seed grow and flourish and can actually feed your family and feed other people. These peppers, on the other hand, I tried to start peppers from seed and it did not work out. I started it in my greenhouse. I had them under the grow lights. I had them on the heat mat, but they just did not want to grow. When I mean they did not grow, I didn't get one leaf, 1 centimeter of a stem of anything. So all the peppers that I have in my garden were starter plants or transplants that I bought from the store. I'll try again next season to start my own peppers. But here we are. We have our soil. Can you see that? Our soil is kind of at the top. I think I want to put some more in there just to make sure it has enough room to grow. And obviously I'm going to leave space again at the top for my mulch. All right, so our first pepper is a red bell pepper. Red bell sweet pepper. Look at the roots. Look at the roots. Look at those roots. Let's put this baby in. Loosen some of those roots just gently, and we're good. We have a pepper plant, and then we want our soil to go all the way up to the bottom of the lowest leaf. All right, 1 plant down, 3 more to go. So the next one that we will do is a habanero hot pepper. I'm excited for these because I've never done a hot pepper before. I'm not really a big hot pepper fan, but I feel like since I grew these, I'll be more tempted to eat them and try them. But yeah, it's been like in the high 80s all week, but it also has been raining a lot. So I don't know, I'm really conflicted about when to fertilize. If you're a gardener out there, do you still fertilize even if you have a week's worth prediction of rain? I've always thought, or I've seen online, that the rain will wash away your fertilizer, so you probably should wait till after it rains. You have a couple of days of sun to fertilize, but you know, different strokes for different folks. So I'm sure you can fertilize with a week's worth of rain. I just haven't done it. And I might need to do it because some of my plants have been struggling. Get that in there. Stretch out our roots. Let's take off these bottom leaves because we don't need them. Let's get some bone meal. Bone meal stinks, but it's very good for our plants. So we'll put that in there. Eco-friendly growth essentials. Excellent phosphorus source. All right, this bad boy is in there. Make sure it's solid. I need my label so I won't forget what kind of pepper plant this is. Oh no. Oh, here it is. Habanero. This is a Coolapeno pepper. It's a heatless jalapeno. I'm excited to try this out. Sounds different, but also sounds delicious. Peppers, if it's the right pepper, are good to just like snack on. So I'm excited for that. So far, my favorite vegetables and the typical vegetables are things that I like to grow in my garden are cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers. I want to try onions because I want to make that mix of tomatoes, cucumber, vinegar, onion with a little pepper, put it in the refrigerator for a little bit. A1. My aunt in Florida used to make that for me all the time. All the time. So I pinch off those bottom leaves. Yeah. Let's get that baby out of there. Some more good roots. Loosen them up a little bit. And let's get it into some soil. Let's get our bone meal. Put that in there. We're good to go. One more pepper plant and we'll figure out where we want to put them in the garden. Home Depot. This video is not sponsored by Home Depot. But Home Depot, hit me up. I'll take a sponsorship. Down to our last pepper plant. This baby has a lot of leaves. This is a habanero hot pepper, like our other one. This one has a lot of leaves that we're gonna take off. Let's make our hole. Then what do we do next, class? Bone meal before we put our pepper in. All these fumes. Lord, protect my lungs. All right. All right. Hopefully these leaves will perk up after I water them. The soil is pretty moist, but I'll still run some water through after I get them in their final place in the garden, wherever that may be. Some plants go through shock when you put them in new soil, so it takes them a while to readjust and perk back up. But we shall see. So let's figure out where in our garden these 4 plants are going to go. So here's our garden, as you guys know. Then I'm going to put one right there. So we have 1 plant right there. Just for now, we'll put 2 back there by our cucumber. I might just put 3 back there by our cucumber. So let's see how that looks. All right, as you can see, it's getting pretty full up here. But I did manage to fit both or 2 of my pepper plants right here beside my cucumber plant. And then I put 1 right there. And then I put 1 for now in the midst of my tomato plants. And I think when I start, like I said, giving some of these tomato plants away, I'll just line up all my pepper plants down there. But that's what we have. So we got our pepper plants planted. I did not do mulch today because it's hot. And I needed to come take a break. So I'll probably do some mulch later this evening when it cools down or in the morning. Thanks for watching me pot some peppers. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching Sow to Reap Blooms, and come back and check out our next video. Bye.